So since we're talking PGA Championship, I think it's probably a good time to do a little power rankings. Moose, we do top 5 power rankings for the PGA Championship. Now, rumor is you went a little deeper than top 5. What's your numbers go to?
Okay, I didn't know if we were going to do top 3, top 5, or top 10. So I prepared for top
Thanks
10, which means I haven't missed one. Which means I obviously prepared 14. I couldn't get to a 15th name, but I did make it to 14. So you stop me whenever.
All right, okay, just hit us real quick. I would just like to hear 14 to 10. Can you just do those numbers?
14 to 10, working backwards. 14 Cantlay, 13 Brooks out of respect only, 12 Hideki because why not? 11 is Rahm. I'm low on Rahm. I'm so low on Rahm. I'm ready to close the book if he doesn't show up here. And I'm not saying the book cannot be reopened once he gets back to a platform where competitive reps are a regularity, but he has not shown the ability to compete in the absence of. And I'm ready. I'm ready to stop doing he's the third. He has the third best odds. God bless. Give me your money. I'll burn it for you. It's just not there right now.
Yep.
It's just not there right now. And I'll be the last one back on board with Rahm.
You won't be early on him.
I don't have to be early on Rahm's next major. So I have him slotted 11 and then 10, rounding things out. Bonus dream here. This would be a bonus dream scenario for me. I was at his first. Jason Day. Jason Day's played really good golf. I think the ball striking can keep him relevant. I did have him higher than 10. I think I had him 7, but downgraded him after the WD. And the Truist. I don't know. Do we know why? The WD in Truist, if it's physical, then he's off the list. I just downgraded him a little bit. He's 10.
Here we go. Per Dan Rappaport on the Twitter, aka Magic Johnson, Jason Day's withdrawal from the Truist is due to a disc herniation in the neck area. Ooh. Healing well, hopefully back for PGA.
Yeah,
might have to take him off the board. So let's slot him as dream, and 10 is now void of a name.
So, Moose, we do top 5 on the show.
Yes.
I just wanted to hear your 14 through 10 just because I was interested in it. Patrick, we'll start with your why don't we start with your 5-4, and we'll jump 5-4, and then we'll go Moose, then I'll go, and then I'll keep going on a little double snake, and we'll save our number 1 for last.
Okay, we'll go 5, then 4. Number 5, making his debut in the power rankings, both Masters and PGA, first time ever in 2025. It is part of my dream. Patrick Reed is inside the top 5, coming off a top 5 in Live Golf, Korea.
We're really giving a lot of weight to Live Golf Korea. We're really taking some data points away from this.
It's
what's wrong with the bunkers? Apparently,
a lot of correlation to Quail Hollow there in Korea.
I got you.
Couldn't tell you the golf course, but a lot of correlation. Watch out for Chucky 3
A lot of shot shaping. Yep.
But Patrick Reed now has 4 top 10s in his last 5 worldwide starts. Could have easily won the Masters. He had that really bad 3, but not easily, but kind of difficult. He could have won the Masters.
He dunks one on
there.
17.
Yeah. He was in the conversation and runner-up finisher here in 2017. He's inside, I think, top 5 in strokes gained at Quail Hollow among those in this field. So Reed number 5, and then my winner, slotting him at number 4, a little bit off the post, which I like. Xander Schauffele is going to be 4. I need to see a good driving performance out of him this week in particular. That's something what I'm a little bit worried about. Short games getting better by the week. Iron play still looks good, but the driver in particular I'm looking at in Philly.
Moose, what's your 5 and 4?
5, I've got Xander slotted because I'd love to have him higher. We don't have the example. The tape is not there. And we're fresh out of draft season. The tape is the tape. The
tape is the tape.
The big minds will always tell you that. Not enough tape on Xander. I've got him at 5. Would not surprise me in the least bit. That's why he cracks the top 5. At number 4, I have Colin. Shane, we sat there and called for a putter switch. I don't know if any of our content got to him. There was a putter switch. We'll see what he comes into this week and next with. But I just think that I think that it matches what's asked of you in a PGA Championship setting. Now, the putting needs to be better. The chipping needs to be better. But I think a little bit of the positive rub with Joe Greiner on the bag, we're going to see what that looks like here in Philly. And then if that has positive signs, I could even move him up to I think my top 3 set. I don't think Colin could do any. Even a Colin win this week wouldn't wouldn't jump him. So I've got Colin comfortably slotted at 4. Let's see something, pal.
By the way, we haven't mentioned this. What if Joe Griner just keeps winning with different people?
Just
like win with
mercenary.
JT, win with Colin,
rattle them off.
Who's next? Maybe he goes over and caddies for Nelly Corda, tries to get a major over there. Just like, let's pick up the victories around the world. Maybe he goes back to live, and if they go back to Korea, like get over there and jump on Bryson's back. My number 5, first crack of the top 5, I think as well, Patrick, for the year, I believe. We picked him last week. He almost won. Give me Jay Spieth, number 5. I might be dreaming a little bit. I would love to see it. The motivation is there. We've talked a lot about Jordan on the show already, but I'm putting Spieth firmly at 5. And then number 4 is a guy I think has played with Spieth in some team events before. I'll double check that. We'll get Josh on that. But Justin Thomas is my number 4. Won on this golf course before, obviously. You kind of forget like how good he was at the end of that PGA in 17. I mean, it was incredible play down the stretch. But both of those guys are my 5 and 4. And then I'll just roll right into 3 and 2. Bryson 3 for me. Again, I just think Bryson's got a really good chance to win this. Would be surprised if he doesn't finish in the top 3, honestly, at this point, the way he's playing and the way he seems to show up at the majors. You know, he's kind of becoming the new major guy. Like every major, it feels like he's right there. And then a little switch on my 1 and 2. I got Rory 2. I got Rory moving down on the power rankings. Been doing a little too much TV for me. Went Fallon. I was surprised by that. Can't believe he didn't go Colbert. I'm assuming it's some relationship there with NBC. I would have gone Colbert, even though, I mean, Fallon's more of a golfer. Yeah, I mean, you know, you kind of got to do that, get ready for the U.S. Open. But Rory is number 2 for me. Moose, we'll go with you 3 and 2.
Exact. Bryson at 3, Rory at 2. My note on Rory is he fat and fed? And not that not that the edge is off, like that could go one of 2 ways with him having accomplished this lifelong goal. But to your point, I want to see more golf. We will. It's just how the schedule worked out. We're condensed here, major 1 to major 2. And if you're going to be a Masters champion and a Grand Slam winner, there are going to be things asked of you from the outside. So I don't discredit him for that, but how far from his routine from Pebble to now, how far was he taken from that routine with what was asked from him between Augusta and here? So I got Bryson 3. I got Rory 2. I think number 1 is pretty obvious. JT and who'd you have? JT and Spieth did crack my top 10, for the record to reflect.
We'll get those all printed out and post those on social as well. Patrick, are you similar in that 3-2 range?
Similar in 3 with Bryson. 2, I have Scotty Scheffler. I do not have the Masters champion quite yet. The question with Scheffler is, I'm not saying he's not a good fit for Quail Hollow. Scotty Scheffler is a good fit for every single golf course. But when you have a peer who has won here 4 times and has dominated at this golf course, I do have concerns about the edge. Everyone's saying the weight's off the shoulders for Rory, who is my number 1, but it's uncharted territory for him too, right? A lot of distractions in the locker room right now. Fallon, do you think he's giving him rah-rah speeches? I don't think so. He's just laughing over his desk.
A rah-rah guy. He might have.
So, Poppy made a putt too. Look at this video of Poppy making the putt.
By the way, I don't know how much of the content you guys consumed from the kind of car wash that Rory did, but it was like Poppy putt, you won the Masters. What'd you guys watch that weekend on TV? And then it was like some golf gimmick. It just felt like every show was kind of the same. And there's so much depth in Rory, you know. I was like I wish somebody would have, I mean, I know you got to kind of do it for a grander audience, but I would have liked some deviation of, you know, I mean,
let's dig deeper on
2015 or something when, you know, it'd been a while since something positive happened. So Patrick, you got Rory 1 and Moose and I got Scotty 1.
Scotty 1. Patrick, how was the CNBC stuff? Did he?
You know, I actually,
I know you. Come on,
I watched
don't
the
disappoint me. Okay.
I know. I am a huge Andrew Ross Sorkin super fan. He's got the 2 different eyes. How can you not love that guy? I think the one positive of this press tour for Rory is, you know, he's practicing the chipping and pitching with all the washing machines he's hit.
Great point.
Yeah,
that's extremely good point.
He's gonna hit that low spinner with a lot of effectiveness. That's my favorite. Just on Scotty, I have him at number 1 partially because of what we said about Brooks too. Like, you don't get to world number one not having that competitive gene, not looking at the guy next to you and saying, I'm better than that dude. I think Scotty, maybe not rubbed the wrong way, but he could very well be inspired and driven by what he's watching Rory do. Like, I think that he does a very good job of presenting as the everyman, but there's a killer in there. And the killer wants to prove that he's still the alpha.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting year if, like, we start the year with Scotty pushing Rory, and then we get to the middle of the year and Rory's the guy pushing Scotty. And I mean, in sport and in golf, that's the dream, right? The two best players in the world are pushing each other. So those are the power rankings for the PGA. We'll get to them again next week.